Hello, I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. We are here on a brand new edition of street blogging, where we discuss and iron out important things on the street, especially in our homeland, and that's why we are here today again. And I hope that you will enjoy the discussion. And our discussion is something that is that is not difficult to figure out, and it's not difficult to contribute. Our discussions are open to all. It's not meant for a particular segment of the society, but it's meant for all. So meaning that if you watch attentively and if you listen, you can get one or two points to comment. I do also notice that some of the people are not watching the whole video before they comment, and this has contributed to them commenting amiss. And I would not love a situation or like a situation whereby somebody is commenting amiss. Remember, before you do this, you need to like, comment, and share and subscribe. I am so Kodili-nye, the son of wonderful. We are responding to some tirade or some comments and criticism about Soludo should stop taxing the people. Soludo, the governor of Anambra State, they should stop taxing the people. That they are receiving a lot of money from the federation account. What is he doing with all those money? And he's taxing the people. So that's what we are going to be discussing, and for us also to help the people to understand what taxation really is. Before I do these things, I will explain to you how the United Kingdom or America, USA as you popularly know them, or Germany, why they are developed economy. The economy is based on taxation, nothing more. Every other thing is addition. So meaning that what they do is that they create a situation whereby a lot of businesses are created, a lot of jobs are created. So a lot of people work, they pay tax, and also businesses pay tax. That's how they make most of their revenue. And those taxes are progressive taxation, meaning that the lowest paid person, lowest paid tax in these countries are between 20 to 25%, 20% or 25%, and some people pay 40%, some even up to 50% of their earnings, and some even 60%. So it depends. So that's what makes their country very buoyant economically, and that's why they realize a lot of money and also regulate inflation in their country. So in Nigeria and the Anambra State, what has happened is that we have dwelled so much on consumption. We have not expanded the economy over the years. We have not help ourselves, and people are not used to paying tax. The little that are paid are basically taken away by some unscrupulous revenue agents and government officials. So most of the time, the governments or the states are like pampered like a newly born baby that depends on the mother's milk, and this has actually not helped the country to develop economically, and this has made the country to stagnate in economic development, and also having only either one window or two windows of economic opportunity, which has been the oil, and closing other avenues of making a lot of money. So now, and the issue of Soludo taxing heavily, it's not even Soludo only. They've been complaining that in Enugu State as well, in Imo State, in many of the states, because what has happened is that the amount of money they are collecting from federation has gone down. because of there's not much money coming from oil anymore, because oil is like not contributing much anymore. So the state government has to find a way to realize enough revenue in order to run things in their states. And suddenly they now realize they need to get their money through taxation. In Lagos State, people are taxed heavily. One guy has an office space of something like 15 feet by 12 feet, and he's paying the Lagos State government between 6 to 7 million annually in Lagos State. So I'm not just going to tell you also the one in Port Harcourt, in River State, or the one in Abuja, but I just give you an instance of this. So in Lagos State, you pay for everything, virtually everything. Even when you park your car in your house, you have to pay. So now, Soludo, some people have been asking how come he's able to keep on doing some of the project he's doing without borrowing. The answer is this: is a physical management of resources and taxation. Over the years, there are a lot of falsehood in declaration of taxes and the tax collection in Anambra State. Many of the governors in the past normally give it as political patronage to their friends and their relatives, and thereby it's like compensation. So those people are giving all those things, and at the end of the day, they are declaring peanuts to the government. I could remember in the past, most of the parks are given, motor parks are given to political friends and relatives. So some of those parks generate between 1 billion to 2 billion annually. And you know what they give to Anambra State government? Sometimes they don't even remit up to 50 million to Anambra State government. Some of them give, we are struggling, they will do something like 17 million. So but that's the parks that are generating between 1 to 2 billion. Some of them generating 5 billion annually. So that's how things has gone. So am I talking about the mining? The mining, the sand dredgers. The sand dredgers was even worse. So they were depositing like 100 million annually, whereas they are taking in billions. They are taking billions, and some of them were depositing 60 million, 100 million to the state government. But not the case anymore, because Soludo basically, as people call him, erudite professor of economics, was able to say, we need to change things. So if you look at Anambra State is loaded with a lot of business activities. But when you look at the tax revenue and the budget, it's not actually matching, showing that people are not paying tax. And if you look at the number of houses built in the state, you can see a lot of high-rise buildings, lots of story buildings, lots of factories, lots of business consign, and lots of vehicles roaming about the street. But when you look at the tax receipts, it has not actually matched the number of people, the number of businesses, and number of activities going on in the state. So that some of the states that are not really economically viable are collecting more tax than Anambra State over the years. So that's why Soludo, when he come in, he said, this thing should stop. We must get the revenue. We must find a way of collecting taxation. So if you look now, Anambra State should have something like between 2 or 3 million taxable things, or people paying tax in the states. So if those people, 2 million or more, are paying between 100,000 or 200,000 a year, it's a huge sum of money. So that's what we are talking about. You look at main market Onitsha, they have, in that place, you have more than 100 to 200,000 shops and other things around that place. But if you go there over the years, in the last administration, you saw what has happened there. not much was being collected there. So now, if Soludo is to get Anambra State working and be able to keep the state moving, he must collect tax. Can you believe some people are importing something like 40 feet containers, 50, 100 containers, but they are not actually paying tax to the governor or the government of Anambra State. They are paying peanuts. And these people have a total goods of maybe 10 billion, but they are not even paying up to 100,000 a year. So that's how bad the things has become. So that's why the government must be commended for taking tax, but he need to go more to make sure that everybody is captured in the tax bracket. So you can't be saying that give us this, do this road, do this without paying tax. If you don't pay tax, you don't have the power to criticize the government, because you are denying the government the power to function, because the government cannot function without having money to function or revenue. So, and the taxation is the number one area where the government can actually realize a lot of money, because taxation is a way of keeping any society in moving, because the more tax the government get from the people, especially if it's judiciously used. Remember, if it's judiciously used, can it easily change the narrative, and it can easily expand the economy. But what the government must also do is to employ real tax valuators to value most of these companies, most of these businesses, and make sure that people are paying the appropriate tax they need to pay in the state, so that the state will keep on moving forward. Up till now, the state has not borrowed any money. They have not borrowed money for those infrastructures they are doing. And first in history of the Anambra State, most of these infrastructures are being done, which is massive if you consider that it's only 2.5 years in power, and all these major projects are being done without taxation, and even without borrowing, and even paying the workers on time. So that's something that we must commend. So if you want the state to be good, you want good soup na money maker. So if you want good things to be happening to the state, you must go and pay your tax. I personally pay my tax. I don't live in that place at the moment, but I do pay my tax. So you must pay your own tax, because paying tax is very, very important, so that the government will continue to move forward. So don't keep on criticizing for the sake of criticizing, but what you need to do is that when you pay tax, you need also to ask the government that I pay tax, these things, we need this thing in certain area. We are going to do more vlogging on taxation and what the government should also do, especially the areas that are paying those taxes, what the government should do to actually to make them happy, so that they don't feel left behind. So thank you very much for joining us once again. Remember that this conversation continues in the comment section. I will be there and be reading and commenting on your opinions concerning this. And thank you very much for always coming by to watch our videos, and thank you for always supporting us. Remember to also share to your friends, and you know that our homeland must be livable, and it must be a prosperous homeland, and that's what we are here to do, and that what all of us must stay together to do. So that's what we need to do. We must make our homeland the best and nothing more. It is not for Soludo, it is for ourselves. It is not for the governor, it is for ourselves and for our future generation. And thank you. I am still Kodili-nye, the son of wonderful. Have a wonderful time wherever you are, and God bless you. Bye.